joining us here for the first time on the Rich Eisen Show, a longtime caller into the old podcast days, the quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons, Matt Ryan. How are you, Matt?
I'm good, Rich. How you doing, man?
I am hanging in there. What in the world has this season been like for you, Matt?
It's, each year shakes out differently. But this year, more so than any that I've been a part of, the way our division has just played out, it's been very strange. But, all that said, if you would have told me at the beginning of the year we would have had a chance in our last game playing against Carolina at home to win and we're in, I think anybody would have taken it. So we're fired up about the opportunity.
Now, I know it's a week-to-week league and, the phrase of it is what it is and you can only control what you can control. The number of times that you guys have had crushing losses only to look at the standings and realize that you were still in it. What was that emotional roller coaster like for you to keep getting up for games and just wipe the slate clean week to week, Matt?
Well, I think it helped. I think, the way the division shook out, I think it helped guys get past some of the tough losses that we had because we were right in the mix. And even, in some of those situations where, we had some of those tough losses, we'd, wake up the next morning and find out we were in the same position that we were the day before. And so, I think that's helped everybody. I think that's kept everybody sharp the majority of the year, and we've got a good group of guys in our locker room, guys that want to win.
Matt Ryan, the quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons, joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show 6 days before playing a virtual playoff game to wrap up the regular season. Mike Smith's the only NFL head coach you've ever known. Do you feel as if you are playing for his job, Matt?
Well, we kind of all understand the nature of this business, and it's a production, based business. But, I don't think guys have listened to the noise too much. I feel like Mike's done a great job since I've been here, and we haven't approached anything differently, this year. It's the same mindset week in and week out, and we just want to win. And if you win, typically in this league, you keep your job.
Matt Ryan joining me here now. So what challenges do the Panthers represent in your mind, just first blush, before you see much new film on them?
Yeah, I think it's their front seven. I think their defensive line and linebackers are about as good as anybody in the league. I think they've got two of the best linebackers, of anybody, of any team in the league. I think Thomas Davis and Luke Kuechly are top-notch players and guys that make a ton of plays. So it's going to be important for us offensively. We've got to find a way to control the line of scrimmage and run the ball effectively so we can stay balanced.
Now, I know you don't tweet very much during the season at M_Ryan02, but your last tweet involved the quarterback involved in the game on Sunday, and Cam Newton, after his car accident and his new lease on life, as he says. I just would love to get your thoughts on seeing that and then competing against him for the title in the NFC South this week.
You never want to see anybody in an accident like that. And I just happened to see a few of the pictures. It looked tough, and I think like anybody, you just want to wish him the best in that situation. Sure, we compete on the field, and we're both trying to go out there and play our best and beat the other guy. But at the end of the day, life, there are other significant and more important things in life. And I just wanted to wish him the best in that situation. But it's going to be a fun game on Sunday.
Yeah, I know. Speaking of fun, what was it like having such a red-hot receiver like Julio Jones that night on Monday Night Football against the Green Bay Packers? What is it like from your position to see somebody as in the zone as he was with you that night?
Yeah, it's awesome to have a guy like Julio, the talent that he has, and the toughness. I mean, I'm sure he was hurting yesterday when he went out there and played, but he showed up and gave it everything that he had, still had 100 yards receiving, even though he was a little bit nicked up. He's an unbelievable talent, and I'm really, really lucky that he's, in the red and black.
Matt Ryan joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. Okay, Matt, now that we've dispensed with the discussion about the playoffs, your team, your season, let's get down to the real matter at hand, and I think you know where I'm headed on this one, Matt. So, the nickname. That is correct, because, we all know you obviously as Matty Ice from back in the day. And when you were on the previous version of this show, the NFL Media Podcast, the Rich Eisen Podcast, I came up with a new one, The Matchual. Now, were you just being nice to me when you said you liked it? Because I've heard otherwise. Mariucci's told me that he's heard that you didn't really like it, Matt. So I've got a thick skin. I've got a thick skin.
No, I'm telling you, you gotta hear it straight from the horse's mouth. I liked it when you said it. I thought it was kind of cool and different.
Okay.
You gotta keep pushing it as much as you can.
Because I get fans of yours on Twitter, which, as you know, sometimes fans, it's short for fanatic for a reason. They take offense. They think that I'm trying to take something away from you. So you are giving me the Matt Ryan stamp of approval to, on all platforms, this show, Game Day Morning, Thursday Night Football, to call you the Matchual and try and make it stick. You're giving me that green light?
If you can make it stick, man, more power to you.
Okay.
You mentioned it. There's a lot of fans out there who like the Matty Ice part of it.
Okay, but you can go either way, right? I mean, you don't.
I can go either way, man. I can go with whatever you're going to put down.
Okay. All right. So I just want to make sure we because I don't want to do something that you have an issue with, Matt.
I do not have an issue with it.
Okay, good.
I do not have an issue with it.
Okay. So the match rule.
I'm glad we got that cleared up.
Good, because, I can't have this. Otherwise, it could get awkward next time I see you. We can't have that, Matt,
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so now the match rule joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show before his big game against the Carolina Panthers. Thanks for calling in, Matt.
You got it. Thanks, Rich.
You bet. That's Matt Ryan.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.